Hey, welcome to my journey into this gloriously gloomy day. I didn't realize we were getting rain until I took the trash out. I took the trash out. Well, I don't know what my head looks like. I took the trash out a while ago, and the rain is like a cold rain, but it's not cold out here. It's just kind of, I guess, typical for our part of the year. It's not a cold fall yet, but the cool part about taking the trash out is I can take the trash out. Before I'd have to stop it at the porch because I just couldn't go any further. My knees I just couldn't. So now I can take the trash all the way to the can. I even brought the can in from the curb the other day, or took the trash out to the curb last week because David forgot to Thursday night. And listen, we are out here at peak traffic time, so I'm sorry. He forgot to Thursday night, and it was so full. I drug it to the curb. I was so proud of myself. I mean, because that's his job. He takes care of the trash. I don't. But I did, and I could. That's the cool part. But, okay, now I'm starting to get a little bit of a breeze. So maybe there is a little bit of a chill in the air. I don't think this is from the hurricane. We had a storm come through last night that was a different storm system. But that hurricane, listen, if y'all watching me and y'all in the path down there in Florida, if they tell you to evacuate, please evacuate. Your belongings are not as important as your life. Pack your car up with your most important things, your pictures, your important documents, clothes, whatever you need. Go find you somewhere to stay, even if it's in a shelter. A shelter is better than what could happen. And for the people in the, like, especially coming up through Georgia, that's where it's supposed to get really bad. Y'all be careful too. I was watching a news thing a while ago on my YouTube, and it was talking about Atlanta, or just Georgia in general. I think the parts of Georgia that's supposed to be affected, they had evacuate orders, no, but it says shelter in place, yes. And there was a couple of other things that said yes, and it said protect your property, as in, I guess, board it up or what. It said maybe. But what I worry about is that David goes to Atlanta every night, and Atlanta's supposed to be hit hard. I think Helene hits land, this is Thursday. I think she hits land this afternoon, right? Does she hit land this afternoon or tonight? But the bands of the rain are already going to be up into Georgia, if I understand it correctly. And they're talking about, listen, I got a converge of 3 here, hold on. Oh, you can't see it on this side, but it's, which please. I don't know why they do that, because to me, this is a left-handed mug, which nothing against left-handed people, y'all don't hardly get anything. But your typical mug user is a right-handed person. And so I think you should have what's on it to be out, not for me. I know what it says. I want it out there for the wearer to see, which please. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. I think that's backwards. But I worry about him going down there in rain, these winds, floods, because he hauls pups, and pups are a set of 2, and 2 smaller ones, but still it's bigger than one long one. And that back pup can completely wreck you. That back pup can start doing this and mess you up, and so I just worry. I worry. He said they might even not run down there. He don't know, which I wouldn't be opposed to him calling and telling him he don't feel safe. They can't make them drive. If they tell them they don't feel safe, they can't make them drive. You don't get in trouble for that. If you don't feel safe as a driver, you can't get in trouble for that. So, anyway, what was we here for? Weigh in. Could you tell I was unconsciously putting it off? So, I weighed in this morning, and I'm ready to tell y'all. I gained 1.2. I'm gonna blame it on not eating protein. I'm not gonna blame it on eating stuff I shouldn't have eaten. Listen, I ain't got my oh, there's a Volkswagen. You never see Volkswagens anymore. I was like, man, one of the old, like Herbie the Love Bug, one of them old school Volkswagens. Oh, those things are cool. You never see those on the road. I'd rather have that one than a new one. Which I probably wouldn't drive it anyway because I'd feel unsafe in something so small on the road. But yeah, I gained 1.2. I mean, it happens. I've lost the past 2, if not 3. So there's bound to be a gain in there somewhere. I'm not going all crazy about it. It's just, I know I'll learn from it. Well, will I take what I learn and use it? That's the thing. You can learn from something, but are you going to use it? Like, I have knowledge in my head that I learned, but the trick is, am I using it? So I can learn from my mistakes, but if I don't put it into practice, what I learned, it's just knowledge in my head. What good is it doing? Well, it's filed away for later use if you can remember it. That's my problem. I have a terrible memory. The terrible memory that worries me for my future. I'm not trying to be morbid about it, but it legit scares me how bad my memory is. Oh my Lord, have mercy. That was a mess. But I know what I did wrong. I ate stuff I wasn't supposed to eat. Well, I shouldn't say stuff I wasn't supposed to eat because I'm trying to learn to eat in a world of just eating less, but, you know, taking some liberties here and there, eating normal, regular. I shouldn't say normal because some people's normal is not my normal. My normal is just a combination of scratch foods and processed foods. That's my normal. And some of the processed foods, or even the scratch, me and David were talking about that. Processed sweets, if you overeat them, you're going to gain weight. But guess what? Homemade sweets, if you overeat them, you're going to gain weight. So I could make a cake, and if I eat too much of it, it's still as bad as eating too much of a processed food. I'm looking for it from a weight loss standpoint, not from a healthy ingredient type chemical and processed foods standpoint. Back in the day, I've told y'all before, I kept desserts on the bar. I mean, we had something all the time. And if I walked by that cake 3 times a day and I wanted a piece of cake 3 times a day, my big old fat butt ate it. That's the part I want to learn to do better at. If I want a piece of cake, I can eat a piece of cake. Just not a whole cake, or half a cake, or 2 times a day cake, or even everyday cake. So I want to make some homemade desserts because I miss them, and I miss making them. You know, I have, I think, more sweet recipes than I do regular recipes. Well, back in the day, I have recipes now because I have found that when dieting and trying to run a YouTube channel, I try to find recipes to show new foods. But the way I used to cook was from scratch, and I didn't need recipes. I just cooked food. And so I had more sweet recipes than I had anything because my food didn't have recipes. I had recipes, but the bulk of my food didn't require a recipe. That's not how we ate. So I got a lot of sweet recipes, a lot of old things that I want to make again. But I've got to learn how to, and I thought I could do like half and half and give the other half away. I don't know. But I hadn't made anything yet. But what I want to learn is how to navigate food in a way that I feel normal, like it is my lifestyle, and I don't feel deprived. Because I'm telling you what, if I can't get a little something, I can feel deprived. And I'm going to tell you what happens when I feel deprived. The girl on this shoulder says, go for it. The girl on this shoulder, this girl locked her in the closet, so she can't say nothing. You hear me? So, yeah. But I figure one day I'll learn it. I'm 62. 62. Maybe I'll learn it by 70. You think if you ain't learned it by 62, you ain't gonna learn it. Lord have mercy. What will it take? What will it take for us to figure it out? We always say, we got this, we'll do this. Well, sometimes I think, will I? Will I actually do this? Like, I failed on my protein test this past week. I got to try again this coming week. There's a few days I got close, but the thing is, I didn't track. I tracked some things, but then I overall didn't track. You could say the things that I did track were not enough to make it like I tracked. So, some things I knew how much protein I was getting, and then other things I didn't, because I didn't make a recipe. Like for, I made trout and weenies that one day, and I just put some weenies in there, and I didn't count like, okay, this is how many little pieces of weenie. That sounds funny. I'm sorry. I didn't count like how many was, how much, and track that. I didn't do it. I will say, when I started Weight Watchers, I was faithful in starting to track my food, and then I just got over it. I was over it. Tracking my food is not the lifestyle I want. I know what I say. Sometimes you have to do the things you don't want to do, and you just have to do them. Well, my stubborn self just don't want to do it. I know. They say, pull up your big girl panties. Well, I pull up my big girl panties every day. Because I wear big girl panties. Not as big of panties as I used to wear. Them would fall off of me. Listen, let me just tell you this. So, yesterday was National Daughter's Day. Well, apparently it was today, last year, because, not last year, 6 years ago, because there was a picture I posted of me and Holly on Facebook saying Happy National Daughter's Day. Good picture of me and Holly. I love that picture of me and Holly, but oh my gosh, how big I was. I was so big. And that's when I was coloring my hair. I looked funny with, well, every time I colored it brown, it would turn a reddish tint. But I looked funny with dark hair. I looked funny. My natural color was just a brown. I don't know, just brown. But big. Oh my gosh. Some of you new people think I'm big now. Woo! 6 years ago, I was big. And you could just look. I was sitting there and I had my arm like to my side, I guess kind of like right there, and it was just resting. And my arm was so fat, which I still got all this fat right here, and I got fat right there. But my arm was so big that this right here was just crinkled up. It looked like I had a bracelet on. And you would think, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get so mad at myself. You would think I would look at that picture, excuse me, and something would just go off in my head that says, get it done. But I look at that picture and I'm like, okay, I don't want to go back, but I don't get fired up. I still say it's because I didn't let it bother me. I know. Should you let it bother you? If you have bad health, yeah. And I'm gonna tell you, if you ain't got bad health from being overweight yet, it's coming. I didn't think my day was coming, but it did. And even if you have good blood work and good labs, your joints are paying. They're paying. Golly, Pete, they're paying. So I've got to get it through my thick skull, my thick Halloween skull, that I've got to get my act together. I want to get excited about it, but I want to do it in a way that is a lifestyle I can maintain. I just cannot. I told you before, so I don't weigh and measure anything that goes in my coffee. My coffee, you stay away from my coffee. That coffee is not keeping me fat. If it was, I'd gain weight every week. I wouldn't have any weight losses. That's the way I see it. So I said I'm not going to be 80 years old weighing and measuring coffee creamer, half and half, anything. No, not going to be. Even if it was full of sugar, I'm not going to do it. Well, listen, it was when I first started. I was drinking flavored creamers and sugar in my coffee, the whole 9 yards. I didn't count it. Didn't then, don't now. Ain't going to later. That's one area that's off limits. This is off limits. Let's get a sip. If your coffee's off limits, let me know. Let me know what you have that is off limits. Do you have anything off limits? Do you do everything? Oh, hold on, this is school bus. Okay. Do you have anything off limits, or are you strictly by the book? I'm not by the book on anything. I am not a by the book kind of girl. I know I should be, but I'm not. I don't know. I want my cake and eat it too. Are y'all like that? Listen, I don't sit up in here and lie to y'all about mess. I just tell you, that's how I feel, and that's how I feel. You can't help how you feel. People, you can't help how you feel about anything. How you feel is how you feel. That's what feelings are. Feelings are not always, they don't make sense. I can feel some kind of way about that stop sign, and it might not make sense, but it's my feelings. It's how I feel. So, how I feel. Listen, I know you should be able to put your feelings aside, but it's not always that easy for everybody. See, that's the thing about this world and the people in it. We're all different. You heard it here first. We are. We are different people. We handle things differently. We think differently. We process differently. We're not the same. Could you imagine if we were all the same? We'd just be robots. Well, what fun would that be? That wouldn't be no fun. Oh, Lord have mercy. Speaking about fun, let me tell you what. I had such a good day yesterday. I love that little Jacob to death. I could just pinch his head off. Just pinch it off. So they come over, and he's just playing with me and just laughing, and he wanted his coffee. Holly said that was a juice box. So I said, well, come on, let's go get your coffee. So we went in there and got his coffee. And we played inside a little bit. And he come over to me. He says, I want to go outside and play in my blue truck. He's because of his beau. He can't say his L's. He says them like you. He says he wants to play in his Buick because he can't say TR. He wants to play in his Buick. I said, okay, well, come on, we'll go. So we come out here. He calls Papa's car his blue truck. He goes to work, and he goes here, he goes there. Well, he played on the porch a long time. He likes, I let him sweep leaves last week. Oh my gosh, he loved it. I would come up, because the tree is right here, and I get tons of leaves on this porch. I can't keep up with them. So I'd sweep them in a pile, and I showed him how to sweep them under the rail off the porch. But he can't hold the big broom like that, so he put it down and he pushed them. I said, yeah, there you go. So he would tell me to put them in a pile so he could push them off. So we did that. And oh my gosh, what else did we do? That little boy, he has the imagination. And the things he knows, he is just, I know I say this, it's not because he's mine. He is a very intelligent child. He's very intuitive. He does not forget anything. He picks up on your emotions. He does. He picks up on, you better not say nothing, talk about anybody, say anything you don't want him to repeat, because he remembers it. He talks about it. He'll bring it up. So me and him and Holly went to the Dollar Tree, and you'll be happy to know I bought myself like 5 things, and the rest was for them. It was a big shopping trip too. She's wanting to start teaching him stuff, which it's not. It don't sound like, okay, he's just turned 3 and she's just now going to start teaching him. No, she has taught him his whole life. That's why he's so smart. I think he was born with it, because we have very intelligent children in my family. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just telling you, we are intelligent children. Well, and I say we as in I used to be. I used to be, but I'm telling you, my memory is not doing good. But my children, my brother is very intelligent. His children, our grandchildren, they're all intelligent. So, RJ said Sebastian had a math test, and he got 15 out of 20 questions right in 1 minute. He's in the 1st grade. So, who does math in the 1st grade? Right? I don't remember doing math in the 1st grade. If we did, I don't remember it. But 15 out of 20 in a minute, I think that is awesome. And he got a good note sent home from school, said he's doing so good this year. So we're very proud of that. But she's wanting to just start little bits, not like, okay, sit down, we're having school time and you have to sit still. She just wants to start doing little bits. You know, as much as his little attention span will do. He can already count. He knows his shapes. He knows his colors. He knows what kind of cars everybody drives. He knows all construction vehicles. He knows all other kind of vehicles. He knows so much. And he knows how to do. Like there was a little car. This looked like, I don't know. He said it's an ATV. I'm like, well, it is an ATV. What? Why should he know ATV? But he knew ATV. So I bought her some stuff there, because Dollar Tree has good selection of stuff if you want to like set up a little teaching zone or whatever. She has this little shelf in her kitchen, under her kitchen window. She's got a wall right there where the kitchen window comes down kind of low, kind of like this one right here. And she's got a little shelf table, not table, it's like I think it used to be her coffee bar. And so she's got like his little color crayons and, excuse me, her little things like that set up on there. So she was happy about that. And it was funny because there were some things she was wanting. I said, she had something she wanted to laminate. She said, I have a laminator. I'm like, oh, you do? I said, I have one. And I said, I said, hold on. Southern boys in their trucks. They love them. I said, I have a laminator. One of my subscribers sent it to me. She said, yeah. She said, I need to get some laminated sheets. I said, come back here with me. So I got her some laminating sheets. There was something that she said she wanted to take a paper cutter and cut them out. I said, come back here with me. I have 3 paper cutters. So I gave her a paper cutter, some laminating sheets. And we were at the store. She was looking. They didn't have any big paintbrushes. She said, he can't do anything with the little ones. I said, well, at the house, I said, I can't give you all of them, but I'll give you one. I said, because they never have them anymore. I said, I stocked up the last time I seen them. And then there was something else she was wanting. I said, yeah, I have that. I said, you always come to your mama first before you buy anything. So anyway, we got all that. And he didn't want a toy. He wanted snacks. He got some cheese puffs. It was so funny. We were sitting out here, and he likes to go in there and do things, and me stay here. But he said he was going to go in there and look for some Cheetos. I said, well, honey, I don't have any Cheetos. Well, he was going to go look. And now, instead of the bedroom or Papa's workroom or Papa's office, it is now the snack room. He calls it the snack room. He was going to the snack room and look. I said, okay, well, you can go look. Well, I went back in there to do something. Not to follow him. I went in there to do something, and I told Holly, I said, he's in there looking for Cheetos. I said, but I don't have any Cheetos. And David said, go over and look on the table. I said, we ain't got no Cheetos. He goes, go look on the table. All night, that man does not buy snacks in the machine. I guess he just had the hankering. There was a bag of Cheetos. If he ate a handful, I'll say he probably didn't even eat a handful of them. And he had them rolled up, sitting over there at his place at the table. I said, Jacob, I said, looky here, Papa's got Cheetos. I couldn't believe it. Of all things, for Jacob to want Cheetos, and Papa got Cheetos the night before. So he was eating his Cheetos. And when we went to the Dollar Tree, he took his Cheetos in the car. Orange everywhere. So I told him, I said, we'll buy you some more Cheetos in the store. Well, they didn't have the crunchy ones. They had the cheese puffs. They're still Cheetos, but the puffs, not the crunchies. He likes both of them. I said, you want this? You want something else? Yeah, he wanted that. And I got him, he saw some Honey Nut Cheerios. He wanted those, just a little bag of them, you know. I said, well, get them. Listen, nobody asked me if anything, he can get it. My little manager was in there, both of them was in there because they're getting ready to have inventory. They are putting stuff on them shelves like crazy. She said they're doing inventory Friday, so I guarantee you, if I go back, there's going to be stuff that I have not seen pulled out on them shelves because they're getting everything out of the back that they can get out. She said we was walking around there. She said, now you get Grandma to fill that buggy up, because she always tells me on every minute, she now filled it up. You know, I told him, I said, well, we already working on it. I said, because you know anything they want to get, within reason, if I can afford it. I'm at the Dollar Tree. Seemed like there was something else I was going to tell y'all. Golly. It does seem like there was something else we was going to talk about. I don't know, but anyway, I had a good time with him yesterday. She said probably she'll start doing Wednesdays as her day to come up here, because she comes up here one day a week. Because he goes to Awana's, that's at the church. Awana's is the children's program, and he's in the Cubbies, and he got his little vest. I think I told y'all that. He's very proud of his vest. He likes to go to Awana's. He likes it. So last week, that's why I told him he didn't want to leave. No, he wanted to stay here. I said, well, you have to go to Awana's. And he was fine. He went home. He was fine. So this week, he said, no, he was going to stay here. I said, well, don't forget you have Awana's tonight. You have to go to Awana's. So he was fine. He stayed in that car. He did not fuss, cry, nothing. So I told Holly, I said, and he needs a late nap on Wednesday, so he'll be awake for Awana's. That works perfectly. They can come up here. She can leave him. She can go off. She can sit here and visit. Listen, I'll come out here with Jacob, and her and Daddy will sit there, and I hear them. They are non-stop talking. Day talk more than me and her talk. Him and her talks more than me and him talk. So they got that daddy baby girl relationship, and so it works for them to be up here and him to get a late nap and to be able to leave without crying. Oh, I can't take that. I always knew the day would come, because he used to know he was going to go home. He didn't want to stay. He didn't want nothing like that. He was all about staying at home with mommy. And now I think no, he wants to stay here. I always knew that day would come that he wanted to stay at Mama's house. Well, when he has to leave and he don't want to and he cries, it crushes my soul. To see him cry about anything crushes my soul. I can't take it. I can't take it. Little broken heart. Holly says, he'll be all right. I know that's how I was with her. But it's different with grandbabies. If you don't have grandbabies, you just don't know. You hear people like me say, well, it's just different when you got a grandbaby. It is, and you don't realize it until you get one. And when you get one, you're like, yeah, this is different. You love your children. You would move heaven and earth for your children. The fact that your grandbabies are different does not negate the fact that you love your children. Children don't think that. There's just something about a grandbaby. I don't know if it's because we mellow out as we get older. When we have our children when we're young, we're just learning. We've never done that before. Maybe we babysat, but having a child and babysitting is not the same thing. So you're learning as you go. You do things differently. You're younger yourself. You're not fully matured. My cousin's letting her dog out in the rain. She's telling him to hurry up, I imagine. So you don't necessarily know what you're doing. It's trying to get that dog to do its business. So, yeah, there's something about them grandbabies. Golly. But anyway, I guess we'll hunker down for this storm coming through. Our western mountains are supposed to get tropical storms. They have tropical storm warnings this far up from down there in Florida. That is unheard of for the mountains. We've had them. We've had hurricane come blast through here. Hurricane Hugo. Boy, he tore us up. That's why hurricanes, if they're coming, if they're hitting hard on the coast, I know for a fact they can come in this far inland because Hugo tore us up. It was a sight in this world what Hugo did to us up here in the Charlotte area. It was crazy. So I know it can happen. We never had a hurricane. Nothing. I mean, I'm not saying I don't know for a fact if he was called a hurricane when he hit us, but he hit us with a hurricane force. And so, when we talk about what comes through, we call it Hurricane Hugo. So, but it was bad. It was bad. Lots of people without power for weeks. We got lucky where we were. But some people, it was weeks people didn't have power. So we're supposed to get rains and winds, best I understand. But the mountains are preparing for a tropical storm. So I guess that's what we're hunkered down. And that brings me to the collab me and Joan are doing. We're doing our pantry collab. How we stock up, how we prepare. And I don't think we'll have it out in the month of September. I don't think we'll have it, I could be wrong, but I don't think we will. But September is like National Preparedness Month, something to that effect. And whether you live in a hurricane zone, listen, there's a zone for I think every part of this country. There's something that can happen to take you off grid, and you've got to be prepared for those things. You've got to be prepared, and I'm not no doomsday prepper. I'm prepping for doomsday. I'm prepping for things that come up and put a kink in your armor. I like to have a fully stocked pantry. We've talked about it, food insecurity. That's a term. I think it's a common term these days that stems from childhood. And I know my mama does. I know she does. So it just makes, and David picks on me. He don't pick on me. He picks on me, but he's not mean about it. About when I get my food, I don't like to eat it because then it's gone. I like having it. He said, you just like looking at it. I said, I do. I like looking at it. I like knowing that it's here. I just like knowing that I'm fully stocked. And I'm fully stocked. I've been doing like little $20 add-ons every week, stocking up things that we use because I'm not chicken little, the sky's falling, but I am not so sure what's going to happen with the election. Either way, I'm not even saying which way I'm voting. I'm saying if either party wins, I'm not so sure that there's not going to be some kind of upheaval by the other party. And you just say, oh, that can't happen in my little town. Well, let's go across to other little towns in America that have things happen and find out, can it? Can it really? Yes, it really can. There might be a reason you can't get to the store to go get your groceries. We've seen it. Y'all know we have. So what are you going to eat? What are you going to do? You run out of toilet paper again if another pandemic hits? You're going to go to the store for food and the food's going to be gone? So we've seen too many things in our lifetime happen to not be prepared. Now, I'm not saying you have to have, 5 cans of every kind of bean on demand. We're just bean eaters. But have things that you can make easily. Have your freezer stocked up with different things, we have a little Coleman stove that you screw the propane tanks onto. We've got that. Sometimes ice storms come through, you're without power. We have a generator that we can run our freezers to save our food, and ever since we've needed the generator over the years. And ever since we got the generator, we've not needed it. We've not used it one single solitary time, but it's there, so we have different manners of preparedness. And so me and Joan are just showing you our pantry, how we're stocked up, how we feel, is the word safe? Am I looking for safe? Or we feel comfortable, or there's a word I'm looking for, I know, that describes what I'm trying to say, other than prepared for our families. We feel like we're providing for our families in the best way that we know how, and that we are able to. Everybody's not able to. They're just not. But if you are, it's something to think about. And so we're very fortunate, both of us are very fortunate to be able to stock our pantries. We are, and we both know it. We do not take it for granted, because it can be ripped out from under you in the blink of an eye. Look what she's gone through with Doug and his cancer. Blink of an eye. Her life changed. His life changed. The whole family's life changed. So you don't know what can happen. But anyway, that's enough of that. So that'll be coming up sometime. And then we were going to do a week's menu based on that pantry, just from what we have in our pantries and our freezers. We were going to make our menu plan for that to show how that helps us. So that'll be sometime in the future too. Oh, and also we are working on a soup collab for soups. That sounded stupid. So we're doing that. There is a Halloween collab coming up that Roy is heading. That's coming up the end of October. We have Halloween treats. I think that's all the collab stuff I know. So we got different things in the pipeline. Yeah. All right, well, I don't know. I'm sure there was something else. New Year's music. I know there was something else we were going to talk about. It was probably something fun as opposed to what we have already talked about. So we'll pick it up another time, I reckon. I'm going to try to have my pirate ship up tomorrow. Don't hold me to it. I've got to voice it over. So it's going to be a voiceover video. So I've got to put it all together, all the raw footage. I have 2 hours of raw footage because I would just start crashing on it and just leave my camera on, not turn my camera off. So I got to pick and choose what to show. Trust me, it's not going to be a 2-hour video. It's going to be a short video. Well, I don't know if it'll be short, but it's not going to be 2 hours, so don't fret. But I got to like speed it up and add music and voice it over, that kind of stuff. So, but I'm trying to do that today. I don't know, I might just want to sit out here on this porch all day and just take in this glorious rain. You know I love a gloomy day. What's that? Who sang that song? I love a rainy night. Such a beautiful night. Something. Who sang that song? I love a rainy night. I can't sing. Oh, it's on the back of my tongue. Anyway, I do. I was telling my mom that they had to take her to get her, I was thinking about her neck. She gets an injection in her neck. And she likes rainy days too. I said the first rainy day memory that I have that I guess is where my love of rain comes from is at this little lady's house, Miss Murph. She babysat me for a short time. And I remember when it would rain, I would just go on her front porch, it was screened in, and just stand there, just breathing in the rainy smell, watching the rain, listening to the rain, waiting on my mama, just wanting my mama to get there. And I've just loved rain ever since. I don't know. And the older I get, the more I love it. It's just very relaxing to me. It's like Holly said, we were talking, she goes, yeah, she goes, this is my time of year to not be depressed. You know, everybody needs their sun and the vitamin D, and we're over here like, woohoo, rain, gloom, clouds, snow. We're here for it. We feel good. We feel energetic. We feel vibrant. This is our time of year. This is when we shine. So anyway, all right, well, I'll hush it up. And I don't know if we'll do a live tomorrow or not. We'll see. We did last week. Had a good time. So we'll see about it. Okay. See you tomorrow for something.